What's up everyone? In today's video I'm going to be discussing raw dog food and dog food, dog health as a whole. So let's get straight into it. This is a topic that's really important to me and Dante. I've actually talked about it in previous YouTube videos, and I've actually shown a raw dog food run, which is basically whenever I go and pick up their raw dog food from a local farm. And I pick it up in large bulk quantities, which last usually 2 to 3 months, and I pick it up for both Dante and my little guy, MinPin Alfie. Check them both out on Instagram. Dante's got quite a little following going, and he posts pretty frequently. Well, I post for him pretty frequently. He lacks the thumbs to do so. But I think raw dog food is super important for overall dog health and wellness. It's something that's not widely known, widely discussed. And a lot of dogs are getting sick and ill due to poor nutrition, poor lifestyle habits, which basically means lack of exercise, which I've also covered in previous videos as well. And in this video, I'd just like to showcase a new dog food product that I just picked up from Valiant and Visionary Pet Foods. If you're interested in checking this out, have a look at the link in the description below. Essentially, this is freeze-dried raw dog food, which for me personally is very convenient because I actually go out for hikes, walking, or camping with my dogs, and usually it's very difficult for us to bring a cooler with ice that's going to keep all of their frozen dog food nice and fresh. So that makes these freeze-dried raw dog food medallions pretty convenient. You basically just drop them into a bowl, you add a bit of water, and they kind of swell up a bit. The problem with a lot of the typical dry dog food kibble is that it contains a lot of filler, a lot of additives that are just not healthy for your dog whatsoever. Actually, there's been some documentaries such as Pet Fooled and some studies which have shown that some of these filler ingredients can actually lead to health problems with your dog, which includes liver failure, kidney failure, generally organ failure, and then it eventually can lead to death. This is extremely unfortunate, and I'm glad that now in 2019 and going forward that a lot of people are starting to use their critical thinking when it comes to how to feed their best friends, their furry friends, and they're starting to think that it's more important to focus on the quality of their food as opposed to just a better price. Visionary and Valiant Pet Foods, because they're both focused on a keto, no-carb type of branding, they really don't have much filler, much additives. You can see here from the ingredients, they're pretty straightforward, and they include beef heart, broccoli, green beans, coconut oil, chia seeds, red cabbage, and so on. These are all wonderful ingredients for your pet. And you'd notice there is no added fillers here. There's no wheat, there's no grain. Now in terms of generally feeding your dog and exercise levels, activity levels, it's something that I think is really important to address as well, because a lot of people will overfeed their dog or underfeed their dog. If you have a small breed dog, you certainly don't want to feed him too frequently, and if you have a large breed dog, you don't want to underfeed them, and you also don't want to overfeed them as well. So you have to find a nice healthy balance, and in general, this should relate to how much activity, how much exercise your furry friend is getting. So in the case of Dante, he tends to go for hard runs 3 to 4 times a day, and then he'll get walks and playtimes in between. So he's a very active dog. So when it comes to feeding him with the freeze-dried raw beef medallions, we're basically just giving it to him as a snack in this example on the video here, because when we give him his full meals, he actually has to have a lot to eat, so we give him the raw that we pick up from local farmers. These beef medallions are extremely convenient when we are going on hikes or we're going on trails. We're going to be gone all day, and we don't want to carry large coolers with us in order to feed the boys. This is extremely convenient. And I appreciate what Valiant and Visionary Pet Foods are doing with their branding of these products, because they're focusing on keto, which is actually kind of like a fad nowadays, and it's a fad for humans, but I think it's a good entry point for people to examine what their dogs are eating and start to look at that a little bit more closely and focus on the quality of the food as opposed to lower prices or sales or discounts or following cheesy TV ads for Beneful or Purina or any of these grain type of foods. So if you're wondering what to feed your furry friend, I would suggest looking into a raw dog food diet, which is also known as a BARF diet. Now that has 2 meanings. The first one can stand for bone and raw food. The other one can stand for biologically appropriate raw food, which basically just means your dogs are canines, they come from wolves, they are used to eating raw food. They're not used to eating kibble with wheat and all this type of grain stuff. So they're going to be very pleased when you start to feed them raw if you're not already doing so. And if you have been doing so, that's wonderful. If you're looking for an alternative for your raw food, something that's more convenient, more portable, easier to take around than some of the frozen alternatives, check out Valiant and Visionary Pet Foods. The link is in the description below. I've also included the coupon code down there for you as well. and I encourage you to use that if you want to try this out. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Valiant or Visionary. I'm sure they're more than happy to assist. Otherwise, thank you for watching this video as always. I hope you found it informative, entertaining. Add it to your favorites, share it with a friend, hit it with a thumbs up if you haven't already done so, and comment down below and let me know if you do have a furry friend, and even if they have a social media profile like Dante does, which you can check him out on Instagram, Doberman Dante. But if you do have a furry friend, let me know his profile or her profile, or just let me know what type of furry friend you have, what type of breed, what size, and all that fun stuff. So thank you for watching again, and I'll see you again in that next one. Take care.